All right, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to go over the draw on liquidity. In my opinion, as a trader, the draw on liquidity is one, probably the biggest cheat codes if you master it, and two, the most important thing when you're looking for a trade setup. What is the draw on liquidity? Draw on liquidity is where is price most likely to go towards? Where is price likely to draw towards? If you don't have an area where you think price is most likely to draw towards, then why would you take a trade without a destination, right? So draw on liquidity is something that can sound intimidating, but if you know how to do it correctly, and if you know how to find it correctly with these certain tips and tricks I'm gonna show you, you'll start getting better in no time. So first thing I do when I'm finding a draw is I go on our daily. I like to see, are we bullish or bearish? Right now, you can tell we're clearly bullish on the daily time frame. You know, you can stand back, 10 feet and see that we are bullish. So what does that tell me? I'm looking for bullish draws on liquidity right now. So I then drop down to lower time frames, and I like to see, are we holding hourly fair value gaps? We are. So we're not only super bullish on the daily time frame, but we're also holding H1 order flow, just printing higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. We're not displacing through any lows. So it's clear that our draw on liquidity should be higher. So let's go back to our daily. One thing I like to look for is there clear areas of liquidity. Are there certain highs? Are there fair value gaps? In this instance, we have a daily fair value gap right here that we had ran through yesterday, right? So I'm going to go to the 4 hour. If you go on the 4 hour, we have these relative equal highs right here. That is something I want to target. That is something I have been telling my group we're drawing towards. And as you can see, we are drawing towards it. Coming into today, we had these relative equal highs. Again, I love equal highs. Equal highs are great draws in liquidity. This right here was my draw today, right? What do I want to see first? I want to see opposing liquidity be purged. And then we get that reaction, we get that displacement up to the draw. So once we sweep liquidity and I see how we start to react, I realize, yeah, that it's giving me more conviction that this is the draw right here, and we're drawn towards it. So what are we looking for? We're looking for equal highs, equal lows. We're looking for fair value gaps. We're looking for 50% retracements. We are looking for clear swing highs, data lows. These are all the things that we're looking for over and over and over again. It's just a continuous practice of finding that draw and finding it with consistency. Going into tomorrow, my draw is still these H4 relative equal highs. Now, being an intraday trader, I get asked this a lot. Well, yeah, we're bullish, but intraday, is there still opportunities for sales? Yes, there is, obviously on a lower time frame. For me, I like to match almost all of my trades with the higher time frame. What does the higher time frame tell me? Where is the higher time frame draw? That is what I'm looking for. Draw on liquidity is the number one thing. In my group, we have this little trade checklist. Higher time frame draw is the number one thing on the checklist, because without a destination, how do you know where we're going? So once you find your draw, then you're looking for your PD arrays to show you, okay, yeah, order flow is bullish, and we are starting to draw towards our area. And as you see, after we got through this little area consolidation, we got to our draw with speed. And these are the areas you want to look for. Where can we get to with speed? So again, this 4 hour up here will be my draw on liquidity, relative equal highs right here, clear swing highs. As we've been pumping up and up and up, I had this as a draw on liquidity. Why? Well, let's go to the daily real quick. Clear swing high on the daily. Once we start seeing we're pushing up and we're respecting bullish order flow, it's a clear draw on liquidity. So you can take trade all the way up to it. Again, we're intraday. How many days did it take us to get up there? It was definitely a few weeks right there. So it's just consistently finding the draw and keeping it simple. Don't overcomplicate the draw, and don't go against your draw. If your draw is higher, if you are convinced, hey, I like these relative equal highs over here, We also have a daily fair value gap right there. We ran this daily fair value gap. I don't want to take sells in this market. I want to find every opportunity I can to take a buy and to leave runners and to maximize what I believe is a draw on liquidity. And an exercise I want you to do, and I have all my students do this in our group, is every day write down where you think the draw is going to be. So do you think it's going to be higher or lower? And where do you think it's going to be? And does it get hit? And I want you to keep track. How often are you correct on the draw? Because if you're not correct on the draw often, that's something you got to work on, and you got to work on it fast. If you are correct on the draw often, but you're not seeing success, and you're not getting payouts, and you're not profitable, then this is something we really got to work on. Is our entries, because step one is finding the draw. If you're right on the draw a lot, but you might not be having the entries, then that's where you can place a lot of your focus. This is one thing that most people have issues with, is where is the draw? And what most people do is they'll confuse themselves. So have a draw for the day, and then price will go the other way, and they'll convince themselves, oh, maybe the draw is lower, just for it to sweep some liquidity or come into a fair value gap or hit a 50% retracement and then trade towards a draw. And they were taking sells and they were losing, and now by the time the price is ready to move towards their draw, they already burnt themselves out. They burnt themselves out mentally, and they burnt their capital out as well. So focusing on this on the draw on liquidity, where's price most likely to go towards? So we start on the daily, and then we move down to the 4 hour, the H1, the M15. When I'm finding my draw, I don't go lower than the M15. I got to be the M15 is the lowest time frame I will go to when finding the draw. And it's just about consistency and practice and understanding where is order flow going, where is price drawing towards. Price is always drawing towards something. It's drawing towards a higher low. It's drawing towards a fair value gap, or a new day opening gap, or a new week opening gap, or any gap. So volume imbalance. Price is always seeking that. It's always seeking a rebalance to equilibrium. So if you understand those three things right there, you can really get a good understanding of where is price most likely to go towards. And trading is all about probabilities. So you might not always be right on the draw. It's just, where is price most likely to go towards? And how can I frame trade ideas going towards that? So again, equal highs, equal lows, fair value gaps, swing highs, swing lows, data highs, data lows, rebalances to 50% retracements on our FIBs, over and over and over again. And once you understand the draw, you can really start framing your trade setups. So with that being said, I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my YouTube. This is one of my first long form videos I'm doing. I have been trading for 5 years. I'm funded with multiple prop firms. I have payouts from a few $100 to a few thousand to 5-figure payouts. So I definitely have been around the game for a while. I'm just new to the YouTube space. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and got something out of it. And as I go through this YouTube journey, I will get better at my explanation and figuring out how to deliver the best information to you guys. So if you guys could leave a comment, did you learn anything? Do you have any questions? I will be very active on this YouTube. So if you do have questions, I will answer. I will be in there, and I will make videos off the questions you guys have. So that being said, thank you for watching this video. Again, it's pretty much my first intentional long form video. I posted a few of our study sessions and things like that, but I haven't intentionally made a video like this. And this is going to be part of a series I'm going to do, where I'm just going to lay out my whole model. I'll lay out my whole model, give you guys everything I know, and hopefully you get something out of it. Hopefully it can help change your game when it comes to trading. This is hard. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of bad information out there, but I know what works for me, and I know what works for my students that I teach. So I believe I can give you guys good information and the right information so you can really excel with this skill set. And remember, the skill set takes a long time to get. You see people driving the Lambos and making X amount in their first year. Most of that's unrealistic. Most of that's not going to be you. It took me a long time, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of making money, a lot of losing money to really figure out a consistent model that works. And my model revolves around the draw on liquidity and where's price most likely to go towards. And every day on my Instagram and on my TikTok, I lay out where I believe the draw on liquidity is. Every morning I do a video. So follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok. It will be in the description. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a blessed night. Let's be great. Peace.